What the duck is up, everyone? Welcome back to DuckTakes. As always, with me, my co-host Garrett.
Hey, everybody.
And today we kind of officially kicked off, spooky season last week with our Halloween Horror Nights house ranking. But to continue the spooky season officially here, today we will be going over our horror movie hot takes. So we will be giving you guys our hot takes. We will be giving your hot takes that you responded to us on the Discord, on Instagram, and responding to that, as well as a review of The Long Walk. We did go and see that today. And yeah, don't forget, join our Discord, join our Patreon. That's where you can find the link to our Discord. And
more spooky content.
More spooky content will be on there as well. And also don't forget, if you like sports, if you like football, go ahead and follow our TikTok page, DuckTakes. Please do that. Trying to get to 10K by the end of football season, mid-football season.
As soon as possible.
As soon as possible. Yeah, it's football season. So again, if you want to hear us talk about football on TikTok, make sure you go ahead and follow DuckTakes. And you know the deal. Don't forget to give us a sub on YouTube and a rating and review wherever you're listening to this episode. Really helps us out a lot. We appreciate your support. So let's go ahead and start off this episode talking about The Long Walk, and then we'll get into our horror movie hot takes. So The Long Walk, the latest Stephen King adaptation. If I'm not mistaken, it might have been Stephen King's first novel. Let me see. Published in 1979. I wonder what Stephen King's first novel was. What was Stephen King's first book? God, I'm a fucking idiot. It was Carrie.
It was Carrie?
Yeah, 1974. It makes a lot of sense because the movie came out in 1978.
Yep.
Or 76. Damn, they adapted that quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Dang, your first book is Carrie. That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah, we'll get into Stephen King and just like with the adaptations, but
yeah, he's definitely the most adapted writer.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure. But thoughts on The Long Walk? I thought this was a very interesting concept for a story. It was a
very narrow concept too,
Yeah. And it was kind of strange though. Like honestly, like when I heard the major giving his speech about like, he was like saying like this increases productivity and the GDP of the United States and everything like that. Like this motivates people. I'm like, how the fuck would this motivate people? That was probably my only problem with this entire setup. It's like, I kind of get it. This is a dystopian society. It's almost like, they resort to these gladiator-ish type things that, entertain people. But other than that, I thought this was a really good film, actually.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see your point on like, all right, that still doesn't really make sense of how this would boost productivity.
Yes. That part, I was like, but here's also the thing is like, he claims that. But also,
doesn't mean it's true.
Yes,
right.
This is a dictatorship. I assume, he's obviously lying.
Right. Yeah.
These could be falsified numbers, which they probably are.
That's a good point.
So
that's a good point. No, yeah, I think really the main focus here on what made this movie good would be the performances.
Yeah.
Very character driven.
No, it was all character driven. The whole thing's
character.
A bottle episode,
right?
Or not bottle episode, bottle movie.
Bottle movie, yeah.
But I love those type of movies.
I do too.
Like when a movie can just be carried by pure dialogue. And I'm entertained the whole time. Like at no point was I like, this is so boring. And like, I was uninterested or anything like that.
And what makes this, an entertaining film to follow and what keeps you kind of on, I guess you could say, the edge of your seat really. And like, I feel like you're just perpetually feeling like anxious the whole movie because
you don't know who's next.
They're walking and whoever stops, like they could stop at any moment and that person is boom, then out of the movie. So it just is always keeping you like on your feet in a way.
And it could also just be like the simplest thing too. And I feel like that's what makes it so crazy. It's like, oh, you got to stop to tie your shoe.
Right.
You got to take a piss.
Right.
You trip or take a misstep. Like these are all just very tiny things that could, cost you your life.
So you have
this movie.
Yeah. So you have like this long walk happening while it is very character driven, Cooper Hoffman playing, Garrity, our main character, David Johnson as number 23.
Before you move off Cooper Hoffman,
Yes.
you know who that is, right?
Yes, obviously.
I didn't.
What?
I mean, I saw the name and I thought it, but I don't know. I was like, I found that out today. I was like, this is Philip Seymour Hoffman's son. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, he looks like him too.
He does look like him. Like once I heard it, I was like, oh duh, that makes sense. But I mean, have you seen him in anything else?
Yeah.
What?
Saturday Night, that SNL movie.
Okay.
That was good.
Okay. This was my first thing I've ever seen him in.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he is a younger actor.
Yeah, he's 22.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, he is really young.
He's young.
He was in Licorice Pizza, which I've not seen, but
I heard was his breakout role. I have not seen that movie.
But he was great in Saturday Night, so that's what I knew him from.
Okay.
And then
But yeah, David Johnson,
who, had his breakout role, you could say, in Alien Romulus.
Yes.
One of your favorite parts in Alien Romulus.
Dude, I was just about to say that. One thing I wrote down, David Johnson is quickly becoming one of my favorite new actors to hit the spotlight.
He was really good. British actor too. I feel like you could hear the British accent a little bit in some lines, but other than that, he was really great.
Mostly, I didn't hear it. Like, I feel like you'd have to really pay attention for it.
It's just so funny. I feel like British actors are so good at doing American accents.
They are, and the vice versa is not the case.
No, it's not. But yeah, he was great. So yeah, there was a really nice dynamic between a lot of the characters that we had in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I would say one of the things that didn't satisfy me was probably, and surprisingly, Mark Hamill as the Major. I actually wish we kind of got to see more of him.
Like, in what capacity, though? Like more of him talking to the group?
Yeah, because he was supposed to, like, sort of, give us this overlooming presence that I didn't really feel from him. It was just more so a presence that you felt from
the guards
and, like, the walk that they were doing.
Yeah.
So, when you do have that climax at the end, I don't think I really, like,
it didn't pay off like you wanted it to.
Yeah, it didn't hit like it should have.
Okay.
But
like they should have made him out to be like more of an enemy and somebody who has like a direct control over this. Because they made it seem almost like the Major was like
the
king of everything. Yeah,
yeah.
Like by taking him out,
correct.
You'd be overthrowing this government.
Correct. But I didn't really feel like that power.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm kind of glad that we didn't really get too much of a backstory when it came to the dystopian world, because it made it feel more like a bottle film, which I enjoyed that aspect of it.
And yeah, they didn't elaborate on what happened after the long walk was finished.
Right.
Just kind of leaves you. I like movies that let you kind of, figure it out for yourself. And it's like, did anything change? Was it worth it?
Yeah.
Does their did they make it back to their family or whatever? So it's like,
I like that this movie started and ended with the long walk.
Yeah. No, same.
I really wish it would have been cool to see this movie while walking on the treadmill. I know some theaters were doing that where you had to,
what?
Yeah, they had some showings. I think it was, invite only.
Dog, that's a long walk for a movie.
So they had treadmills during the showings, and you had to keep up at a pace of 3 miles per hour, or they would kick you out of the showing.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
That's cool.
I would so do that.
Yeah,
and it's funny because right after the movie, I went to the gym, and I was just like walking on the treadmill, at a pace a little over 3 miles per hour, just seeing like how it would feel.
Yeah,
I always warm up at the gym with the incline on the treadmill at 12 and like 3 to 3.5 miles per hour.
Yeah.
So, I've been practicing for this shit, dog.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, my biggest op during the long walk would be IBS.
Yeah.
Me having to take a shit would be the enemy.
I mean, I'm not saying
I can't shit and walk.
No, what I'm saying is, like, in the beginning of the movie, we do see a guy who gets taken out because he had diarrhea and he could not stop himself from taking a shit. But I don't think I'd have that problem. But I mean, even like a normal shit.
Well, yeah, you gotta get it out quick.
Yeah, like you just. I mean, I guess like the strategy would just be like ready till you're just like okay, it's gonna come out,
Yeah.
you know, like,
Yeah,
and you just
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
let it rip real quick, and then you're going. But yeah, if you even slow down twice during that, that's 2 warnings.
Mm-hmm.
That's-
Yeah. Because in the movie you get 3 warnings. And
Yeah.
the final warning, you get your ticket. Is what
Yeah,
they
you
call
get your
it.
ticket punched.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
And I'm glad they address like those sort of bodily issues in the movie as well, because it's like it would be really unrealistic.
Unrealistic, yeah. You can't go because the walk lasts
Yeah.
for 4 days. You
Uh-huh.
can't go 4 days without taking a shit
And then there was like a study of showing what would actually happen
to your body
to
while
your
doing
body
that.
and your brain, and like your body wouldn't make it those 4 days walking constantly.
And that was actually another interesting part that I thought about. It's shown that our main character, Garrity, what's his first name?
I just remember Garrity.
Raymond.
Yeah.
It's shown that our main character, Raymond, or Ray, he's like leaning on Pete
Mhm.
and like sleeping
Yeah.
while walking, while
yeah.
his legs are moving. I
Just
mean,
going
like,
like in and out.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I get like dozing in and out of sleep and kind of being like half conscious.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the most asleep you could possibly be while keeping your legs moving. You know what I mean? Like, you could not be sleeping while your body just like subconsciously keeps your legs moving.
Yeah, not sound asleep, but you could definitely go in and out of dozes for sure.
I'm curious if that's like humanly possible. If what he was doing was like actually human. I don't know.
What about like people that sleepwalk? I mean,
You can do that,
Yeah.
but you're like, I'm not saying your body can't move while sleeping,
mhm.
but like that's like like cows sleep while standing up. That's like part of their like part of their nature. That's not part of our nature.
No.
So
But could you make it part of your nature?
if you, I don't know.
Like if you
if
wanted
you
to?
conditioned yourself enough, I have no idea. No idea.
That'd be interesting.
It's just I don't know. I feel like this movie, while, like obviously the bigger picture was the tyrannical government and
Mhm.
everything like that. But I feel like it just like rose some questions in my head of what is humanly possible
yeah.
in these circumstances.
Yeah.
I thought,
Yeah, because even Pete was talking about, this walk isn't won by your physicality. It was won by your brain,
Mentality,
your
yeah.
mentality. Yeah.
and he's 100% right.
Yeah, for sure.
Because honestly, a lot of the people who did end up dying towards the end, it was a conscious choice.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were like they just knew that they were done. And whether that be because they saw like their physical condition and they were just like, I know I'm not going to be able to beat you guys. Like they were looking at everybody. They were looking at the other people and they were like, yeah, I'm way far gone than you guys are right now.
It seemed like the state that it took place in was Texas.
I don't remember. I think it starts at the beginning and at the beginning of the movie, but I don't know where it takes place.
And I like that it felt grimy.
Yeah, the color grading of the movie
Mhm.
was very bland.
Yeah. No, yeah, but I think, it was good. There's a lot of great moments between Pete and Garrity and a lot of interesting points that he was bringing up, and like how Pete, finds the light and the positivity in the world because of like what his character had been through. And even him having like empathy for some of the people that were watching there because like they were raised in this world to be conditioned to this sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like he wasn't really blaming them.
Yeah. No, like when you're talking about when they pointed at the family.
Correct.
Yeah, no, I thought that was a very powerful moment where you can look at the same exact thing and look at it extremely differently.
Mhm. Yeah. Overall, yeah, I think it was a good movie.
I liked it.
Yeah,
a
I liked
lot,
it. I liked
actually.
it. What'd you give it on Letterboxd?
I definitely 4. I'm going back and forth between like 4 or 4.5.
Okay. I was gonna go 4
Yeah.
out of 5. But yeah, Stephen King. How many of his books have been?
Yes, that is what I want to talk to you
Okay.
about. So here's my question to you.
Yeah.
Does Stephen King have the best catalog of book to movie adaptations?
Oh.
Because very possible, yes. And here's
Well, he's definitely got the most, right?
well, I mean, technically,
What do you
it'd be
mean
like Shakespeare.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Modern
Yeah.
Stephen King for sure.
I believe so. Yeah. There was another writer. I was looking up like, who has the most book to movie adaptations and also like the best ones, and it was like Shakespeare, Stephen King, and then Agatha Christie, who I personally am not familiar with any of her books or any of her book to movie adaptations. So to be honest, like in my opinion, I personally think Stephen King has the best catalog. This is including Carrie, The Shining, Cujo, Christine, Stand By Me, Needful Things, The Shawshank Redemption, The Green Mile, It Chapter 1 and 2, Pet Sematary, not to mention all the sequels that have been made off of these.
Like Dr. Sleep, which is really good sequel.
Yeah. No, like there's a lot.
There's a lot. To be honest, I'm kind of like how does someone write that many books?
I don't know. And obviously you have, movies that are based on like a book series. Like you have Harry Potter with J.K. Rowling, and Twilight, and then we have
with Stephanie Myers
catching the Hunger Games. And obviously like those are good franchises and everything, but like for somebody to come up with an original story every time, and these are all like solo movies.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, then you have like Michael Crichton for Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
But again, if you're talking about quantity on top of quality, then yeah, Stephen King.
I'd go Stephen King, man. Like when people hear that a movie is coming out and they're saying it's a Stephen King book, people are like, oh.
Yeah, everyone always knows.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, this probably will be good.
And I feel like at this point you kind of know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, you do. I mean, but it's not like he does. It's not like he doesn't have like different kind of stories, like Stand By Me, Shawshank Redemption, The Green Mile. Like these are vastly different movies. Like it's not all just like horror thriller type stuff.
That's true.
So he does have a bit of a variety within his books.
And it's kind of funny too, like what adaptations a writer will like and which ones he won't like. Like, because he famously hates the Stanley Kubrick adaptation of The Shining.
Yeah. But however, it's very understandable. And his main problem with that is, honestly, it's the casting of Jesus Christ. Jack Nicholson. Yes. That was his main problem. He did not want Jack Nicholson.
How come?
Because at the time Nicholson had been portraying villains. He was always the bad guy. And the whole point is that Jack,
right, yeah, Jack Torrance.
Yeah, Jack Torrance. Sorry, I'm like spacing on names. But the whole point was that Jack Torrance in the beginning, he's supposed to be like, you should not have suspected him of being like a bad dude.
Right.
And like, you should see this conflict within him of like, submitting to the hotel and like, wanting to be there and, wanting to be a good dad and a good family man, that kind of thing. So it's like, you should have seen this conflict and not so easily. It just seemed like he just swung directly for the hotel.
Right. Well, because first of all, Jack Nicholson can already give a terrifying face.
Yes.
And then also there is, in his backstory too, you kind of started to get the hints that Jack was not already a good person because it seemed like he was abusive physically with his family. So yeah, you kind of get the idea that he was already not really a great person.
Yeah. So that is his main problem with The Shining.
Interesting. That was the main one?
That is, yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, I believe that's the main problem. Yeah. If not, that's just one of the many, I guess.
Right.
But
I'm sure there's more.
Yeah.
And I don't know how vastly different the movie adaptation is to the book.
I have heard that story about him not liking the portrayal of Jack Torrance multiple times from different sources.
So. And it's a great performance from Jack Nicholson.
It is.
That's funny.
I mean, if you need, a sadistic motherfucker, get Jack Nicholson. But
yeah, no, it's one of those things where it's like totally different adaptation, but the movie's great and the book is great. And then
did you read that book?
No, but I'm saying like,
I mean, nah.
You just asked if I read that book?
Let me say it again because my voice fucking cracked. But yeah, did you read The Shining?
I did not.
I could have swore that, I don't know. I thought you read it at one point.
The Shining? No.
I think Dad's read it.
I'm sure. I mean, I feel like everyone.
Dad used to read a lot.
I feel like anyone who grew up in that era of Stephen King read Stephen King.
Yeah, was reading his books.
Yeah.
kind of want to go back and like actually read his books now.
I feel like that era was just, I feel like just kind of like a fun time for horror because there was a lot of experimenting, and not to mention like, I don't know, when you hear Stephen King, you always think of like northeastern vibe of America, like small town, which I always really enjoy in a horror story. It's just like a vibe. I don't know.
No, you're right. It is a vibe.
You know what? It's the fall vibe that we don't get here in Florida.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why.
We're
I'm
envious.
like, living vicariously through this, story.
But yeah, I would say Stephen King probably has the best catalog of
book to
any cat that I would say Stephen King has the best catalog of book to movie adaptations of any author.
It's not a crazy take.
It's not a crazy take. What was the worst death in this movie?
Ooh.
Because I know mine right off the bat.
Oh, you do?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let me think about it for a second. Oh,
you should know. There's one that is the worst.
What is it? The one with the tank?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. He like, what did he do? He like, did he go after a soldier?
No. He was just like, he went in front of the tank to like get their attention for something.
Or like, he like wanted something.
He wanted something, and then they like pushed him away from the tank, and he fell.
Yeah. And the
tank did not stop.
No, it just rolled right over his legs.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that
like, dog, just if you're gonna die, just do it the easy way in this. Like,
well, what's crazy about this story too is like, if you get injured not from the guards, like they will let you suffer out instead of just ending your pain.
Yeah. Well, no, so here's how it works. So like, if you got an injury, wait, what was I gonna say? Hold on. Okay, no. So all right. So yeah, say you had like some kind of painful injury that caused you to slow down. They were just gonna they still only kill you when you get your final warning, because you still get your first, you get your second, your third, and then on the final one they kill you.
Yeah.
So they're not just gonna, even if it's clear that you are done, you're not gonna make the rest of this race.
Unless
they still just let you suffer until you get your final warning. However, if you go after the soldiers and try to, do something stupid and go after their rifle or whatever, they shoot you in the gut intentionally, and they just let you bleed out. And don't give you the mercy of a headshot to discourage other people from trying the same.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked.
Yeah.
I thought one of the one of the weirder ones at least was the radio guy. He just like lost his mind and stripped his clothes off, and he ran off to the side of the road.
Oh yeah,
and just offed himself.
That's right.
That one was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the guy who, spoilers obviously at this point. But the crazy dude who was like tweaking and got rank killed. When he stabbed himself, they still just let him bleed out until
he got his warning.
Until he got his final warning.
Yeah.
Oh, the one thing that surprised me though, dude, that the writer guy, he twisted his ankle in the night and he made it through the night. That's what surprised me. And he was literally just walking on a broken ankle on the side of his foot.
Yeah, I think that was like the nastiest for me personally.
That shit was so bad. That was so bad. Like, oh my god. The second I broke my ankle, I would have just been like,
I'm done.
Like,
because at that point,
you're not making it.
You're not making it, and like there's a 99% chance your ankle's gonna get infected as well.
Yeah. Now, like, dog, if I broke my ankle, I'd be like, well, I'm dead.
Yeah. It's just,
all right, just sit down.
You got to have the perfect walk.
Yeah.
Because even with the cramps and Charlie horses, bro.
Yeah. People were dying from basic shit like that. You can't even take a second to like, all right, let me work this out for a second. You can't even do that.
You got to have the perfect walk.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, I'm amazed what was his name? Ben Wang? Was that his name?
I think? Asian kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben. But yeah, I'm surprised he made it as far as he did.
Yeah, with that kind of plot, I feel like you could get pretty creative with the way they go out.
Yeah, and it's what's intriguing is just it's something that's so simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's so simple. All you have to do is walk.
All right, so let's move on to our horror movie hot takes. So again, we will be going over our horror movie hot takes. Let's see how hot they can get. I'm wondering what Garrett's are, considering he's still journeying on this horror movie path. And then we will also go over Discord hot takes, and Insta hot takes that y'all responded to us. So, I mean, let's dive into it. This is going to be a long one. I already know. It's going to be a long episode.
You probably have more hot takes than me.
It's going to be a long episode. I'm just saying prepare. Okay. So
how many hot takes you write down?
A decent amount.
Like how many?
Like 15, 20?
Jeez, I got like 7.
Oh, okay. So how do you want to do this first? Do you want to go like one by one? Let's do one by one. Like I give one, you give one. I give one, you give one.
All right, well, I'm gonna run out, but
I mean that's fine. I'll just then give mine. But
all right. And honestly, one of mine is kind of a twofer.
A twofer? Two for one?
Yeah.
All right. You go first.
All right.
Give me your horror movie hot take.
This might be like one of the most tame, and I think you agree with me on this, but jump scares do not weaken a horror movie.
I agree. I think they can be done poorly and cheaply just for, a cheap factor to scare us.
Yeah,
but
agreed. But
I don't.
They can.
I
think they can add to a movie, and I don't think that if you have like a good horror movie and you have jump scares in there and they work, like some people just think that that's a cheap way to, catch
Scare
people
you.
off guard. Yeah, I call bullshit.
I think there are some directors that are great at it. We know James Wan is fantastic at jump scares, and I feel like now we are seeing in 2020 sort of a nuance with the jump scares and making it more about the imagery instead of the jump factor.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the last few years jump scares have been really good. So I agree with that take. All right, first one for me. Every year I get on here and say this. Halloween 3 is a great movie and a top 3 movie of the Halloween franchise.
A little hot.
That's
but
nothing to add.
I mean, I got something to add.
Okay.
One of my takes is like it's about Halloween 3, but it's not that.
Okay.
Top 3.
I think it is easily top 3. A great movie in the franchise. Love the concept of it. Love the originality. The only thing I don't like in that movie is the forced love story you have going on between our two main protagonists.
Yes.
That's the only thing.
It was unnecessary.
It was unnecessary. And honestly, it was weird. 80s was a weird time.
It was weird. It was like
they get together, they have sex, and then afterwards he asks her, "How old are you?"
Yeah.
You sure you want to be doing that after?
Yeah. Come on, man. Come on.
But other than that, it's a great movie.
All right.
And the practical effects are still top notch. And hang on. Here's what I'm noticing too.
What?
Another reason, like Halloween 3 also is one of the best looking of the franchise easily. And cinematographer Dean Cundy is probably one of the most underrated cinematographers of all time. Whenever you look up the greatest cinematographers of all time, you don't see him on that list. And for example, he's been the cinematographer for Halloween 1, 2, 3, Back to the Future trilogy, Jurassic Park, The Fog, The Thing, one of the best looking movies of all time. He has an incredible catalog as a cinematographer, but again, it's the horror genre, so I feel like just doesn't get the attention that it deserves.
Yeah.
But the first 3 Halloween movies are easily the best looking Halloween movies of the franchise. Halloween 2 is gorgeous. And then The Thing, absolutely gorgeous.
Here, going off track a little bit, but off of The Thing, I think I made a connection recently. I was like, I think this is the reason why we both love The Hateful Eight. Think
What's
about
that?
it. Think about it.
Yeah.
It's literally
it is.
Hateful Eight is literally The Thing without the sci-fi.
Yeah.
You don't know who to trust.
It's just a Western version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Taking place during a storm.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Paranoia.
Uh-huh.
Don't know who to trust. Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And Kurt Russell.
And Kurt Russell's in both.
Love it.
Oh my God. That's funny.
Honestly, he was probably filming that. He was like, man, I already did this shit.
Yeah.
All right.
They just replace Keith David with Samuel Jackson.
So I do have one about Halloween 3.
Okay.
Halloween 3 would be universally loved had it been the second film in the franchise.
The second film.
Instead of Halloween 2, had
Yeah.
it been the second film and established itself as an anthology series, Halloween 3 would be universally loved.
I could go ahead and agree with that. I think one of the biggest problems that a lot of people had with it was that it didn't have Michael Myers, not to mention that, you know, even people nowadays don't really tend to watch it when they do their rewatches because it doesn't have Michael Myers, because it's the only one in the franchise that doesn't have any relation to the Michael Myers storyline.
Yeah. People just skip over it.
I do think it has been getting more love as the years goes on, which I'm really happy to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's fantastic. I adore that movie.
Well, I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going
Okay.
to give you one that goes off of that.
Okay.
The Halloween franchise would have been better if
it was an
if they had done that as the second film and they continued it as an anthology series.
Okay. Here's my only dilemma there, right?
But here's also the thing though.
Okay.
In this anthology series,
Mhm.
that's not to say every movie has to be a completely new concept. You can still have a sequel of the Michael Myers anthology.
Okay.
You can have a sequel of Season of the Witch
Okay.
within the same anthology. It's all under the Halloween umbrella, but you have Season of the Witch, you have Michael Myers, and then who knows what else they could have come up with other creative ideas.
Yeah, because where I was going was, okay, then does Michael Myers become the horror icon that he is today?
I think that's still possible.
Right. I mean, it's still possible. Is it to the level that he is now? Who knows? But no, I think Halloween would work great as an anthology series and just base each movie around the day of Halloween or an event around Halloween. And this is why I really hope they were talking about picking up a TV show for Halloween. And I was really wanting them to make it an anthology series.
Kind of like a Goosebumps type of thing.
Goosebumps,
Yeah.
American Horror Story.
Yeah.
I was really wanting an anthology series to, you know, separate itself from all of the Michael Myers stories that we've been getting for the last 40 years.
Yeah.
So I can agree with that. Okay. Here's one. My hot take is the 2009 Friday the 13th remake is far better than the original.
I have no opinions on this.
Have you seen?
I haven't seen the whole franchise. No.
Have you seen the remake or the?
I don't know if I've seen a single Friday the 13th.
What?
Yeah. Honestly, so as we've been talking more and more about horror, each season I've kind of like focused on a franchise.
Yeah.
So like one year was Halloween.
Yeah.
The next year was Scream.
Yeah. I think you did Friday or Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm
Yes,
Street.
that's what I did
so
too.
each year I've kind of like attacked a franchise.
Yeah.
Have not made my way to Friday the 13th.
Wow.
So possibly that's this year.
And to be honest, I don't even know if at this point this is a hot take anymore, but yeah, I absolutely think the remake is better than the original. You know, the original was really just capitalizing on what the success of Halloween and Michael Myers. Like Jason was a fucking unit in the remake. I like that they added this whole other aspect to his character where he had this underground tunnel system under Camp Crystal Lake, which I thought was really cool.
Which is how he popped up everywhere.
Yeah, he was a lot smarter. Like he had, rigged up traps and shit.
I like that.
Yeah, it was cool. And also, you know, I'm a fan of 2000s horror, leading to another hot take. I think the 2000s is a misunderstood decade of horror. I think you have some hidden gems in there. I think it was a totally different feel. It was, you know, really silly, campy, but really grimy as well. And you know, it got a lot of hate during that decade. You know, you look at a lot of horror movies from the 2000s, and the critic reviews are just terrible for a lot of them. House of Wax.
Fire.
Fantastic movie.
Art the Clown is the best horror icon.
Okay. I like the enthusiasm, but let's slow your roll. Slow the roll. However, you know what's crazy?
What?
I'm not going to go that far, but I can piggyback off of that, and I could put art already on my
Top 5?
On my slasher Mount Rushmore.
Top 4 then. All right.
I'll
take it.
I can put Michael Myers on there. Ghostface, Freddy Krueger, and honestly, dude, I can take Jason off of there.
You'd put Art the Clown over him?
I'd put Art over Jason. And I think a big reason of that too is because Art just adds a lot more personality to.
He does, dude. That's why.
That's why.
Of all those characters, well, all right. So you said
why do you think Freddy's on there?
No, I know
because of his personality.
The personality. I was just about to say. I was about to say.
And Robert Englund,
Jason. Jason is just like it's another Michael Myers to me.
Right.
You know, it's just a stone cold face.
Right.
But yeah, the two with personality are Freddy Krueger and Art the Clown, and I just think the portrayal of Art the Clown is so freaking amazing. How much he is able to speak without speaking. I mean, obviously David Howard Thornton being a former mime helps with that a lot.
And the fact that, you know, he keeps reoccurring as this character, you know, usually with those slasher franchises, a lot of people, different people
they get recast,
but you notice two people who we put on that Mount Rushmore. Robert Englund has stayed as Freddy Krueger for as long as he could. And now David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown, who will be, you know, also playing him in Terrifier 4. So yeah, when you have the same person playing the character over and over again, they can really just perfect their craft at it.
I fucking love Art the Clown.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad at that, honestly. Okay. Ooh, here's a juicy one I always love saying. Ready?
Let's hear it.
Okay, my hot take, in my opinion, Alien is better than Aliens, which is not that hot. But furthermore, I will say that the Ridley Scott prequels, Prometheus and Alien Covenant, are better than James Cameron's Aliens.
Oh, yeah. No, okay, we really just fucking agree about everything. Alien, look, like I like Aliens, but it's an action film.
I like it too. It's an action film.
It's an action film.
I think
I feel like it totally separates itself from what Alien was intended to be.
And I think Sigourney Weaver's Ellen Ripley's regressed as a character in Aliens compared to Alien.
In what sense?
Just like it was more stereotyped when it came to like the female character, in my opinion.
Like what? Like in what? Like what sense? Like what? Like give me a specific example.
Like when she hopped on the ship and like the military men were trying to, you know, teach her about the guns, and she was kind of acting like a dumb girl who doesn't know about being a military person or you know, survival and
even
stuff.
Though she's a badass.
Yeah, they kind of stereotyped her as the girl who didn't really know things in the beginning of that movie.
And was letting the men handle everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. No, I hear you on that. My next one.
And then wait, I wasn't done. So then back to the prequels. Yeah, I think Prometheus and Alien Covenant. First of all, I think Alien Covenant is the second best of the franchise.
Okay.
And dude, Michael Fassbender's character in those movies is a big part of that as well.
Yeah.
Great performance.
Dude, Michael Fassbender he's great. He's so good.
He's really good.
He's so good. All right, my next one. Found footage horror is one of the best genres of horror.
I'm glad you brought that up because one of my hot takes was I think found footage is one of the most important genres of horror.
Yeah.
I agree. I love found footage. I think it has gotten a bad rap, mostly because it was overused when it got really popular. And, you know, people more so looked at it as a cheap way of making a movie.
Yeah.
But I think it made it a really accessible way for young creatives to make movies.
Like the whole point was that it was bad quality.
Yeah. Yeah, just a lower
quality. Camera quality.
A lower budget. And no, I absolutely love found footage. And when found footage is done right, I think it's one of the more terrifying genres of horror as well.
It feels real.
Yeah. I love Blair Witch Project. I love Hell House LLC. You know, The Descent.
That's one I need to watch.
Oh my God, it's so good. You gotta watch that.
Descent.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of great Creep is another one from 2014, which is great found footage.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of great found footage movies.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic take.
Glad I'm making you proud of it.
Yeah. That was literally my next take.
Good. All right. I'm glad I said I would have been pissed if you
Yeah.
stole that.
Next take I have is The Exorcist is not the greatest horror movie of all time, and also not the scariest horror movie of all time.
Okay.
I know it gets put on a pedestal
It does.
for sure, and I'm not saying it's a bad movie at all.
Yeah.
I do think it is a great movie, but I think it's more so like gross than anything.
Yeah.
And I can understand though, people who were alive during that time and went to go see that movie in theaters, I can
Mhm.
totally understand where they're coming from if those people were to still say that it's like the scariest movie of all time or the greatest horror movie of all time.
Because like I don't know what like were the effects at the time, was that like groundbreaking or anything like that, or I don't know like what.
So
I don't know specifically what separated The Exorcist from
I think,
like all the other horror movies at the time.
you know, I feel like it's hard for me to talk about that as someone who didn't grow up during that time, but I feel like from what I see on the outside of it, more so, you know, the element of like possession
Yeah.
in a horror movie. You know, it had been done before, but I don't think to that extent. Not to mention, you know, it did have great special effects in terms of, you know, like Reagan's makeup and
Yeah.
you know, the head turning and everything.
Mhm.
There was great special effects in that movie, and I think that's what really got a lot of people's attention as well. And just like the story itself, like
Yeah.
it still does feel like a very haunting story. But yeah, I would say during that time I could see how it like separated itself from other horror movies,
All right.
because like a lot of the great horror movies with practical effects came after that.
Mhm.
You know, like a lot of the body horror stuff, you know, The Thing, The Fly, even practical effects with like Jaws came out a few years after that, you know. So a lot of great practical effects did come afterwards. Okay, what you got?
Yeah, this one's basic that we
What-
talk about. We talk about this all the time.
Do we?
Jaws is a horror movie.
Jaws is a horror movie. I did write that down
Yeah.
as well. I mean, yeah, bro. Bruce the Shark, he's our slasher.
Yeah.
You know, stalking his prey.
There's jump scares,
There's jump scares. There's a ton of blood.
a ton of blood.
A ton of blood.
There's tits.
There's tits. That's a horror movie.
Is that yeah? Is it a hot take? We need more tits in recent horror movies.
Honestly, not a bad question.
Right? I feel like that's what established it as a horror movie back in the day, you know?
I would say just don't be afraid to.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't be afraid to show some tits.
Yeah, don't be afraid. All right. Ooh. Okay. If you're a true Halloween stan, I wonder what your stance is on this. They should have kept Halloween 2 from 1981 canon to the newest trilogy, then keeping it canon that Michael and Laurie are brother and sister. I know a lot of people were upset with that decision within the Halloween franchise. I don't even think John Carpenter was a fan of that decision, but I personally like it. I think they should have kept Halloween 2 canon to Halloween 2018, because then it makes Laurie's PTSD just make more sense, like just with everything that happened as well in Halloween 2.
Yeah, and like just added a connection
Yeah.
between them two and why this would continue for so long. Yeah. Like instead of her just being the chosen one, kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just like, I mean, this is gonna sound bad, but like, yeah, 3 people that night, you know, it's either 3 people just from one movie, or you add Halloween 2 on top of that and becomes like 10 plus. I
Yeah.
feel like that makes Michael Myers a lot more of a threat.
Yeah, a
And
more
just
a more
sadistic.
notorious killer.
Yeah, more notorious, more sadistic,
Yeah.
you know, serial killer for this movie. And on top of that, I'll add this as well. I think they handled Laurie Strode's PTSD better in Halloween H2O than they did in Halloween 2018. In Halloween 2018, they kind of go a little overboard with it, considering that you also got rid of Halloween 2 from that storyline and just a legacy sequel to the first Halloween.
Yeah.
Now with Halloween H2O.
Because if you go based off the first movie, and she had like a whole bunker and like all this.
Right.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
It's like, honestly, a lot of people, they go through traumatic events like that. Especially when they're younger too. And they move on. They have normal lives.
Or they try to, and I think that's why they handled it better in Halloween H2O, because you still have those first two movies canon to that storyline, and it just add more complexity to her PTSD as well. Like she moved away, she started a family, she's still trying to get over it, but it's not so much overboard. I don't know, just add more complexity to her PTSD, and she at least showed that like she tried to get over that night, as in where 2018, where it's like it seems like she never even tried.
Yeah.
Okay. What you got?
That was the last one I had for horror, but I thought of one. It's not quite horror, but it's spooky.
Yeah.
And it's on your shirt. Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed is more enjoyable than the original Scooby-Doo 2002 live action movie.
Wow.
Dude, I'm not. I remember Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed so much more fondly than I do the first one. I think it's funnier. I think
it is funnier.
I think Shaggy is funnier. I think Seth Green's character is funny in that movie as well.
Also, it feels a lot more like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, because there's so many villains.
Correct. It's got a lot of nostalgic villains from the original Scooby-Doo Where Are You?, which I think is great. I don't really blame people if they say they like Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed more than the 2002 one. Yeah, no, we did watch that one a lot growing up. I think we even had a game on Nintendo or something for it on the Game Boy.
I think so.
There was a game somewhere for some console out there that I remember playing a lot for Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed.
Could have been an online game for all I know.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, not terribly mad at that.
I like Scooby-Doo too.
It's great. It's great. And again, I don't even know if this is a hot take, but what is the greatest Scooby-Doo movie, live action and animated?
Oh, that I couldn't tell you.
You don't got an opinion on that? Could it be Zombie Island?
Zombie Island.
It's so
very good. The famous ones are that the witch with the Hex Girls.
Witches go. So there's a span between 98 and 2004 when Scooby-Doo was at its peak.
Yeah.
We had Scooby-Doo Zombie Island, Witch's Ghost in 99, Cyber Chase, Alien Invasion.
The Hawaii one.
And then you had the live action movies.
Yeah.
Like Scooby-Doo was at its peak.
It was.
Okay. My next horror movie hot take is that Gale Weathers should have died in Scream 4 for the direction they went with Dewey's character in Scream 5. So in Scream 5, we see Dewey as a retired alcoholic police officer, all because of the divorce that he went through with Gale.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that divorces can't be that traumatic for someone.
Yeah.
But I think it would have made a lot more sense if he was like that, because Gale had died in Scream 4, and then his reason for not being on the force anymore is because he could not protect her.
Yeah.
Not because of a divorce, but because he couldn't protect her.
Would have made more sense.
It would have made more sense, and I think it would have been great. It just would have been a better storyline.
I'll say this. More people should have died in the Scream reboot franchise.
Absolutely.
There was so many times where I was like, how is this motherfucker alive? Yeah. There was times people got stabbed 20 times and walked away. I was like, what?
Yeah. It's like, how do you kill off those legacy characters without pissing off, the fans?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they definitely have been overused for sure. And Gale is still alive.
Nah. She should have been gone.
Gone.
She should have been gone.
And I love the legacy characters, but that's why I was really excited when we got Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega in this Scream franchise, because I thought they were great new main characters for this franchise. Okay. Next hot take. This shouldn't even be a hot take. Practical effects will always be better than CGI.
Oh, yeah. No, I honestly, I didn't write that one down because I was like, this ain't a hot take.
It's not a hot take.
I'm like, this should be like well known in the horror community that practical effects will always be superior.
And there's another comment / hot take from one of our Discord members, Emma, on here that kind of leans into that as well. And we'll dive into that more later. My next hot take, sticking with the Halloween franchise. I feel like I'm just, best knowledge on this one. I think James Jude Courtney is the best Michael Myers, which he is the Michael Myers of this newest trilogy. Now, that's not to say I think this newest trilogy has the best Halloween movies, but I think James Jude Courtney is the best Michael Myers. And yes, you have, Nick Castle in the first movie, the very first Michael Myers, who was great and really, set the path of like the mannerisms of Michael Myers and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I think James Jude Courtney was able to really match those mannerisms really well. And on top of that, being a Michael Myers 40 years later, so older Michael Myers.
And take it a step further.
And just being still that intimidating as an older Michael Myers.
He was menacing.
He was a menace in 2018 and Halloween Kills.
He was a monster.
Yeah. And I think, Tyler Mane is a good Michael Myers too, and the Rob Zombie's Halloween, but that's just more so let's just find the tallest, biggest guy we have so that he just looks like a fucking unit.
Yeah.
That Michael Myers is absolutely terrifying. But in terms of the mannerisms of the shape, I think James Jude Courtney got it down the best. And then my personal last horror movie hot take is that 1974's Black Christmas needs to be brought up more when people talk about the greatest horror movies of all time. It is in my personal top 5 horror movies of all time. I love it. I think it really, it inspired, a lot of great slashers after that. Mm-hmm. Halloween was inspired from Black Christmas.
Look, I like Black Christmas. I think you hype it up a little too much.
Or my Black Christmas stands out there.
This is like probably the first one that we disagree on. I'm not like huge on it.
I'm so high on that movie. It touches up on a lot of great themes in that movie. We got some great final girls. And I thought it was pretty terrifying for you don't see the killer the whole movie. And I think it did a great way of just staying so creepy.
I kind of hated that part that you didn't see the killer.
I liked that part. I thought that was great. And then you give us a fantastic shot of just his eye in between the door crack.
That part was creepy.
I thought that was a great decision for the movie. And the same director as A Christmas Story.
So fucking weird.
That's crazy. No, I think Black Christmas is one of the greatest horror movies of all time. All right, so that's it for our personal hot takes. So we have some other hot takes from the Discord and Instagram that we will go over and respond to. We also have 2 or 3 questions here. You want to do those first or just go to the other hot takes?
Just switch into the other hot takes.
Okay. So now let's go over your horror movie hot takes.
How many we got?
I wrote down a lot. Okay. So first, we're going to start with the hot takes that we got from our Discord. Don't forget, if you want to join the Discord, please join our Patreon and click that link. Just a one-time purchase and you will be in it forever. So first hot take that we have is from Brian. And his horror movie hot take is that Halloween 4 washes Halloween 3. I told him I'd respond to this because I think...
Yeah, this is definitely a you.
Yeah. While I really enjoy Halloween 4, it's in my top half of the franchise. Creates a perfect Halloween vibe setting. I will give you that, Brian. But you know me, I'm a Halloween 3 stan. And no, I think Halloween 3 is a superior movie. And when we talk about in terms of quality, like just off of the way the Halloween 3 looks alone, I would have to put it above Halloween 4. I do not think Halloween 4 washes Halloween 3. That's for sure. But I could say that Halloween 4 is one of the underrated ones of the franchise. Next hot take that we have from Alex is The Exorcist is about as scary as your average Disney movie?
All right. Well, they went a bit further than you did about The Exorcist.
They did, for sure.
But, I mean, do you agree with that? Or
I mean, as scary as my average Disney movie,
probably no.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I will say, though, some of the older Disney movies could get a bit creepy. But
it's so funny. You said that in the Ted series, there's a Disney movie that their cousin rents. And she's like, and they were like, what the fuck? We told you to get some horror movies. And she's like, watch that Disney movie. And they were, and I can't remember the name of it, but they were terrified of it.
Damn, I really wish you remember what Disney movie it was.
Fuck, I cannot remember.
Was it an older one?
Well, yeah, it's probably older, yeah.
Was it?
Hold up.
Okay.
The 1980 Disney supernatural horror film, The Watcher in the Woods, is a Disney movie.
There's some creepy Disney movies out there.
I'm so curious about that movie now.
I mean, I think, like I said, The Exorcist is gross, right?
Yeah.
You got the puking scene, you got the pissing on the floor. Like, it's a gross movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not scary.
All right. Obviously, this is exaggeration, but,
right.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, Aladdin is not fucking scary. Lion King is not scary.
Not scary, but it sure is heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is.
Next hot take we got from Drew. It 2017 is one of the greatest horror movies ever.
I don't know if that's like a crazy hot take.
I think it is a hot take.
I think that definitely depends on the generation you ask, because I feel like obviously you have a love for classic horror movies, or it's like mainly like what you're exposed to. Because like I feel like there's two different types of horror watchers, and it's like the ones who got into the ones that started coming out in films like recently, and that rely more on CGI and stuff like that. So it's almost like they don't know any different. And to a lot of people, old is bad, because old means older looking effects. They don't like they don't like the practical and stuff like that. So for those people who are fans of the CGI horror and all that, I don't think that's like a crazy take.
I mean, yeah, I can't sit here and say it's one of the greatest horror movies ever.
Yeah, obviously, I don't agree with it.
I think It Chapter 1 is definitely better than It Chapter 2. I like the It movies, and I do think they're good. And I do prefer the newer It movies compared to the 1990 series.
Yeah.
Yes, I do like the new one better. And again, like,
that's all because of Bill Skarsgård.
I was gonna say, I think I like Bill Skarsgård's Pennywise better than Tim Curry, and I know that would be a hot take.
Dog, look at the facial expression that man makes. Like,
no, I know he's so
great. Good as
he's
Pennywise.
so good as Pennywise. I agree. But I know a lot of people. Tim Curry is very beloved in the horror community, which he should be. But I know a lot of people hold his Pennywise close to their heart. So
yeah.
But I think Bill Skarsgård is a great Pennywise.
He is.
All right, next hot take we have is from Emma. Well, we got two Emmas. So Emma number 1, you'll know which hot take is yours based off of the comment. And her hot take is, honestly, I don't even think it's a hot take. Reliance on visual effects and decrease in expertise on things like special effects, makeup, and prop building has made horror worse and less immersive as a genre.
Well, we gotta back that up again. Reliance on
visual effects, so
like
CGI, and decrease in expertise on things like special effects, makeup, and prop building has made horror worse and less immersive as a genre. I agree, because I absolutely love, when you can just give us a set, a real set that you can fully immerse yourself in for a horror movie. You like, we just rewatched The Thing in theaters, and I'm like, you can fully immerse yourself into that movie because, you have the set, you have the practical effects, just everything about it just feels so real.
Yeah. And, like you could touch it.
Yeah. So I 100%, agree with that for sure.
Yeah.
And, I mean, with special effects makeup too, I think that's a very important aspect to have for, depending on the horror movie you want to make. Next hot take we have is from Brooklyn. I don't know if Shutter Island is classified as a horror movie, but it is one of the most boring movies I've ever seen.
I'd call it more thriller.
I would call it more thriller too. And believe it or not, I do have that as one of my least liked Martin Scorsese movies.
Okay.
I would have a lot of Martin Scorsese movies above Shutter Island for me.
I don't dislike Shutter Island.
Right.
But it's not a movie that I'm like, I always want to go back and watch.
No. Yeah, I would much rather go back and rewatch The Departed, Goodfellas, fucking Taxi Driver, Wolf of Wall Street. What else? I mean, a lot of other Martin Scorsese movies.
Yeah.
Next hot take we got is from Vanessa. I don't like the Halloween movies. Well, I can't say much to that. We'll just move on very quickly from the.
You clearly have no taste. Next.
I will say, though, like, they're not for everybody. Especially the more you get deeper into the franchise.
Oh, yeah. Like, yeah.
Have you seen all of them?
No, I have not actually.
Oh.
But I feel like, once you get to like, Halloween, H2O and shit like that.
Okay, hang on now. Okay, so which ones have you not seen?
Actually, I think I've only seen 3.
Okay, so you've seen the original
2 or 3.
Halloween 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
You've
wait,
seen
and then I've seen 2018.
You've seen Halloween Kills.
Yes, I have not seen Halloween Ends.
You saw Halloween Kills though?
Maybe
where he
not.
goes like on a rampage.
Maybe not actually.
I think you bought it, but you never watched it.
I bought it, but I never watched it.
Okay, so you've seen 4?
I've seen 4.
It's fucking disrespectful to me. Are you kidding me?
All right, for you, I'll finish it this year.
Okay, at least finish.
Nah, I'll finish the whole franchise.
Well, the thing is, that franchise, it's always hard to find every single movie on a streaming platform.
Dog.
Fuck, oh, you got illegal streaming now, boy.
I've been doing that.
That's
lately.
right. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been there.
It's always been there.
I've just been saying fuck it because I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Next hot take, I believe from Jester, and his hot take is Leatherface is the worst icon still in relevancy.
That's a hot take.
It's a hot take.
As in,
but I'm like, in terms of
as
others,
an icon,
in terms of other icons that are still relevant.
Well, define relevant is my question, I guess.
Like, they're still making movies with Leatherface. They're still coming out with new Texas Chainsaws. They're still coming out with new Halloween movies, like, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, in terms of relevancy, I think I might have to go like Jason or Leatherface. Like, you kind of cooking there.
Would you take Jeepers Creepers over Leatherface?
As a singular character slasher.
Sure, yeah.
Not as a movie, but as a singular character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jeepers Creepers is a little more terrifying.
He is terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, just on like what he is.
Yeah. And the way he looks.
Yeah. And then we have Pinhead.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like lesser known horror icons as well.
But you also got to think relevant to today as well.
Yeah.
Because we've gotten a newer Texas Chainsaw movie than a newer Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah.
Jason movie, So I think he kind of cooked.
All right.
Next one is from Avyn. Michael Myers is a boring villain.
I feel like that's a common hot take. Like I feel like a lot of people with the Halloween franchise, like you either love it or you hate it. And honestly, like especially when it comes to the slasher franchise, people just don't like slashers because they're like, and what makes it worse is like if you don't like slashers, Michael Myers is like a slap to the face because not only is he a slasher, but he walks everywhere he goes. And they're like, I just fucking run. What are you talking about? Da 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 da. And
People, when it comes to slashers, a lot of people need it to be believable, but I'm like, yeah, I don't need that. If
Yeah.
I'm being honest, like to enjoy a horror movie, I don't need that.
okay, but here's also the thing. It's funny that this comes up because there's been a trend on TikTok I've seen
Okay.
where it's called like the Michael Myers challenge, and you have somebody, they start like it's called like 20,
Yes.
30 yards away, whatever.
Yes.
And they're just walking at you at a
Yes.
steady pace like Michael Myers does. And here you are fumbling with your
Yep.
keys, trying to get in your door.
Yep.
And people fail.
yeah.
People fail because they're freaking out.
Yeah. So no, it can happen.
It can
It
happen.
can happen. And I think that just builds the anticipation even more, and it builds up your anxiety even more in the
Mhm.
movie because, like, yeah, he's walking slow, so you really have time to watch this character make these mistakes.
Yeah. And also, not to mention, even if you got in the door, then you can't bust that shit down.
Yeah. But a boring villain, I mean, like, I wouldn't say boring. And I think that's why I kind of enjoy some of the movies right in the meat of the franchise because, it starts to add more lore to his character. And I'm not saying all the lore is great, but it just adds a little more to it.
Yeah.
Great
Lore can make a character.
Yeah. Great design too.
Yeah.
Character design.
I mean, that's why I like Art the Clown.
Yeah.
I like the lore,
yeah.
and I like his design.
I agree. The other Emma, her hot take is Pennywise is the best horror icon.
Ew. I like Pennywise, but not like that.
What? I like Pennywise too, but yeah, I don't think he would be on my Mount Rushmore.
No.
Who did I put on my Mount Rushmore? Michael Myers,
Freddy Krueger,
Art the Clown, and Ghostface.
yeah,
Yeah. I can't take.
that's a solid.
Yeah,
Mount
that's
Rushmore.
solid. I do like Art better than Pennywise. But nonetheless, he is an horror icon. Horror icon. All right, so now moving on to the Instagram hot takes that we got on here. This is a new hot take that we got here, and that his hot take, or whoever it was, is that Companion is better than Weapons. So both 2025 movies. I don't know. Did you see Companion? Okay, so I saw Companion. I would definitely disagree on this hot take. I do think Weapons is better than Companion. And this is where I really liked Weapons because the comedy was a dark comedy and also didn't feel forced as well, as to where I feel like Companion had those, slapstick horror comedy moments where they were, like trying to be funny.
Yeah.
And it just didn't land all the time for me.
Yeah. Like it was like they were setting up a punchline.
Yes.
Versus like Weapons, it was just funny.
It was just funny.
Like they just had like natural reactions that were funny.
So I would definitely say that Weapons is better than Companion for me. Next hot take we got is Scream 5 and 6 are some of the greatest horror movies ever made.
Oh dear God.
I don't know who wrote this one.
I put my finger up.
I don't know who wrote this. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. All I would say is I would just watch maybe some more horror movies. I don't want to be that guy, but
Scream 5. I mean, I like Scream 5.
yeah. No,
Is
I mean, Scream franchise is probably one of the most consistent horror franchises.
It is. But I mean, the greatest of all time, and Scream 5 isn't even the best of the franchise.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, why couldn't you say Scream 1?
Yeah, you couldn't even say the OG.
You could have said Scream.
Like Scream 1 and 2 are objectively the best movies in that franchise. Objectively, Blake.
Scream 1 without a doubt,
yeah,
for sure.
Let's get Scream 3 the fuck out of here before you even say the name.
No, I'm not going to say Scream 3 is the
Thank
second best.
God.
It's third best, that's all.
Oh, Jesus. What's the second best then?
Scream 2.
All right, then. So what are we talking about?
I don't know. I could see why some people would have, no, I can't actually.
Yeah, shut up.
Next hot take we got from Instagram. Freddy vs. Jason is awesome and should have gotten a sequel.
You know what? I like that hot take.
I 100% agree with this hot take. I think Freddy vs. Jason is it Jason vs. Freddy or Freddy vs. Jason?
No, it's Freddy vs. Jason.
I think that is one of the best movies out of both franchises, Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. I should have said that hot take.
Yeah.
Because I do like that movie a lot.
And then I'm going to have this lead into our next hot take that we got, which is that Friday the 13th as a franchise is wildly overrated. And I will agree with this hot take. I do think it is an overrated franchise. I think it obviously is a staple of the horror genre. But, you know, the reason why Freddy vs. Jason is one of the better movies out of both of those franchises is because of Freddy Krueger. It's because of Robert Englund and how, you know, and his personality as a character and like his quips in it, his one-liners. Like, that movie is great and hilarious because of Freddy Krueger.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's like, where do you go with Jason's character? You don't need to go anywhere, but you just can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
No, I think Freddy vs. Jason is awesome. Next hot take we have.
This is a painful one.
You know, okay. I'm going to bleed this into another hot take that we got from here. So, one person said that they like Halloween Ends. The other hot take that we have is Halloween Ends is a top 3 movie in the franchise, and I'll die on that hill. You can go ahead and do that. I will never.
Yeah, I'm going to let you take the reins on this one.
Funny enough, I just rewatched Halloween Ends.
Why? You hate it.
I was editing, and lately I've just been playing, you know, horror movies in the background. And so I played it. It was just the next up movie, and I watched it. Look, I think there's some good kills in that movie. I see what kind of vision they were trying to execute, right? But they did not execute at all. I do not think it is a top 3 movie of the franchise. I think it's definitely bottom 3 of the franchise. To me, it's the worst movie of the franchise. And it's like, why are you going to introduce a movie like that as the conclusion to your trilogy? Not to mention, you're going to market Halloween Ends as this final epic battle between Michael Myers and Laurie Strode. You're giving us all of the marketing of the last 10 minutes of the movie. And, you know, a lot of people will try to say, oh, but they were just doing what Halloween 3 Season of the Witch was doing and being, you know, the outsider of the trilogy. And I'm like, well, no, because Halloween 3 was never part of a trilogy. It was an anthology. Like, you know, they were doing something totally different, not involved in Michael Myers. Okay, you want to show us how Michael Myers, his evil never died and like corrupted this town, right? And how evil can transfer from one person to the next. In the town of Haddonfield and with this character of Corey. And it just doesn't work for me with Corey. I don't think Corey is the right, you know,
successor.
Yeah, successor for this.
I don't even know how the movie ends, but that's what I'm getting based on what you're saying.
Oh shit, that's right. You haven't seen it.
Yeah, you bitch.
Okay, plug your ears real quick. Plug your ears.
All right.
Plug your ears. So Garrett hasn't seen it. Not to mention, you fucking kill him off. How the fuck are you going to try to tell me that evil transfers and his, you know, Michael Myers' legacy is continuing through this kid, and then you fucking kill him off? You're setting up the whole movie for Corey to being our next Michael Myers, for the evil to transfer to Corey, yet you fucking kill him at the end of the movie. You just totally wasted the whole storyline that you were giving us, man. Fuck Halloween Ends. I will never stand for that movie. Ever. Next hot take we got on Instagram. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is not good. I don't know if Alex Coleman is paying you to say this, but this is just a wrong take.
My question was like, I wish we could talk to these people because I'm like, what about it don't you like?
Yeah, I need a little more context.
Right?
You know Alex Coleman gives Texas Chainsaw?
What?
2.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. That's right. I'm coming for you. No, I think Texas Chainsaw is one of the greatest horror movies. Definitely one of the greatest horror movies of the 70s. And every time I watch that movie, man, it's
so creepy. It grosses me out.
Yeah, my stomach just does not sit right.
No.
And honestly, like even if people want to say that they enjoyed the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre more, I'm fine with that. I think the 2003 one, the remake, is, underrated. Definitely got too much hate when it came out. I think it's got sauce. I think both the remake and the original are good movies, but I think the original is, a great movie. And it's so funny because I don't do this intentionally, but every time I turn on that movie, I'm always eating something.
Yeah.
And every time I start the movie, and I'm like, all right, because a lot of people, they want to eat something while they watch.
I eat when I watch.
I watch. And every time I start the movie and I find myself eating, I'm like, all right, I'm going to pause this right now, finish my meal, and then we'll get back to it.
The only thing you could eat is like popcorn.
Popcorn, yes, because you know what? You can't even eat ice cream during that movie.
You can't eat ice cream. You can't eat spaghetti. You can't eat
meat.
Can't eat meat of any sort.
No.
Fucking nasty.
I know. So definitely got to agree with that hot take there. Another hot take we got, I think this was from...
Shit, you couldn't even eat olives if you wanted to.
Why olives?
Eyeballs, I don't know.
Oh, squishy eyeballs.
Anything that's like fucking could possibly be a human body part.
Oh, imagine trying to eat like Texas barbecue during that movie.
Oh, God, like ribs. Nah, bro.
I think this is old friend from CPK, Karina, who said this one. Terrifier has no plot and is overhyped.
And
I'm gonna throw this bag at you.
Off the first one, I could understand it.
After the first one, I can understand that, but the second one has a lot more plot to it.
Second one adds a lot of context. So is the third.
Yes, you give us a character that we can root for with Sienna. I think second one is clearly the best in the franchise. But if you're just basing this off of the first movie, I mean, yeah, there really is no plot.
I don't like that about it.
I know you like that about it.
It's just like it's like random chaos.
Yeah. Which, I mean, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But the second one definitely has a lot more of a plot to it. Next hot take we got. The original Nightmare on Elm Street is overrated.
That's not an overrated movie.
It's not an overrated movie. However, I can see how someone can have this take based off of generation and based off of how high of a pedestal the first Nightmare is put on for some people.
Okay.
I think because Freddy Krueger is on the Mount Rushmore of, our horror icons, slasher icons. And yeah, I mean, the first movie is fantastic, but I can see why someone could say it's overrated based off of how some people praise that movie.
I guess
I think Scream is Wes Craven's best.
Okay. Yeah. I wouldn't call, Friday the 13th like the greatest horror movie of all time or anything
Nightmare
like
on Elm
that.
Street.
Or shit. But yeah, I wouldn't call Nightmare on Elm I wouldn't call Nightmare on Elm Street the greatest movie of all or greatest horror movie of all time or anything like that. But some people do have it as that.
Right.
So I guess I can understand that take.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I could see why someone would say that. All right. We got two more hot takes that I'm going to go through. This next one says horror movies are the worst kind of movies. And not to mention, and so I'll add on to that. Another hot take we got is horror is the worst movie genre.
So you guys are just pussies.
Basically. No, horror is the greatest genre in film. And the reason why I think horror is the greatest is because it pairs well with so many other genres. Horror sci-fi, horror comedy,
horror western,
horror,
horror Christmas.
Horror Christmas. Yeah, whatever sort of genre you're looking for, horror can pair so well with that. Not to mention, I think it's the most important genre as well. It's the most important genre because it's the genre where a lot of first time directors get their breakthrough, first time actors get their breakthrough.
Yeah.
It's the most accessible genre for young creatives.
I think that's why you like it a lot.
That's why I love it. And also, like, you want to talk about movies that like can offer, the most like progressive themes as well, and like important themes in life. The horror genre is that. And I mean, just look at like, even the final girl trope. Like, there's a reason why the final girl trope is so popular in the horror genre. I think it's fantastic, and I think there's a lot of like powerful feminism in horror movies as well that people sort of just like overlook.
Yeah.
Horror's the best.
It's a great genre.
And then, okay, last one I saw
obviously
here.
Feel slightly more passionately about it than me,
but okay, we'll end it on this one, and maybe we'll do another hot take episode about a different genre or just like movies in general.
All right. Actually, before you move on,
okay,
though, I will say this though, life isn't scary enough.
Whoa, wait, what you mean?
Here's what I'm saying.
Some people's life is scary enough.
Okay. All right. In my life.
Okay.
In my life,
yeah.
Growing up in the suburbs and, freaking coming over to Orlando, I feel like I haven't been exposed to very like terrifying situations, at least not that often. So I feel like,
do you want to?
I mean, no, but that's what I'm saying is like with the horror genre,
right.
That's where I get to experience those feelings.
Right.
That's all I'm saying is it offers like a unique thing that I don't get in my day-to-day life. If your life is that terrifying, like it's a horror movie every day, I'm sorry, but
yeah, that sucks.
That sucks. So if you hate horror because that's your daily life, I mean, I guess I get it, but
right.
I mean, that's how I look at it.
I think I just really enjoy horror just because of how creative it lets the mind be.
Mm-hmm. Whether it be in a fucked up way or not.
Yeah, exactly. Also, like, I love getting scared now. If you know where nothing's gonna happen to you, like, I love going to Halloween Horror Nights, and I fucking love being scared. It's like such a rush.
Yeah, not like scared like his life's in danger.
Right. But the rush of being scared from either a horror movie or Halloween Horror Nights, it's a great thrill. It's a great thrill to me, and it was so funny. We went to Horror Nights again the other night, and Summer hadn't done Grave of Flesh. First of all, hey, Grave of Flesh has got good scares.
It does have good scares.
It has good scares. And it was the last house we did of the night, and she had never done it. And I was pacing myself like purposely 5 to 7 steps behind her. So it like forced her to, kind of be alone. And she kept like looking back to see where I was. So it was taking her attention away.
Yeah.
And no, she was getting the shit scared out of her in the Grave of Flesh.
Good.
It was so funny. Okay, and then end it on this last. Oh, I forgot. And then we got
questions,
2,
bro.
like not that many though, not that many. The last hot take I will read tonight is that Terrifier is a top 5 horror franchise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's think about this. It has definitely made a name for itself just off of 3 movies. And I'm very happy to see Art become the horror icon he has. And I mean, you get a haunted house at Halloween Horror Nights just after 3 movies, indie movies, let alone that's impressive.
Yeah.
That's really impressive. But if I'm going to say my favorite horror franchises or like the best horror franchises, I would say Halloween, Scream, Alien.
See, Alien to me is like the only thing in the Alien franchise that like truly gives me like horror vibes
is the first one.
That's like the true horror movie of the Alien franchise to me.
I mean, yeah, it is the true horror movie.
Like
of the franchise.
even the prequels, like I'd call those more like thrillers.
Thriller?
Yeah.
Alien Covenant would probably be the closest.
Yeah, it would be.
I've not made my way through all the Evil Deads, but I know the Evil Dead would be up there for a lot of people.
Top 5, motherfucker.
What about The Conjuring? Would you say that's better than the Terrifier franchise?
Are we considering the entire Conjuring universe?
Or
Or just The Conjuring?
Just the Conjuring movies.
Conjuring is still a very good franchise.
It is. And the sequel's good too.
Yeah.
We got Saw franchise.
I'm not a huge Saw guy.
I mean, look, it's got potential to end
It's
up
got
there.
potential.
I can understand why some people wouldn't put it there, though.
I'll keep it in the top 5. I like that take.
Okay. And then last questions to end off this episode. And we kind of already went over this one. And the question was, is Art the Clown already on the slasher Mount Rushmore?
Yes.
And I would put him on there.
Yep.
I would put him on there. I would.
Dog is iconic.
Yeah, he is. Okay, and then so the last thing would be rank these 5 horror villains based on how you think you would survive them.
Mm-hmm.
So would one be
how rank these on how you would survive? So I'm guessing 1 is most survivable.
1 most survivable, 5 least survivable?
Yeah.
All right, and the 5 we have is Michael Myers, Jason, Freddy Krueger, Art the Clown, Pennywise.
All right. Well,
most survivable,
bro. I
Michael
feel like
Myers.
it is Michael Myers.
It is Michael Myers.
Like, you love him, but he's pretty survivable.
I'll give you that.
All right. But Art the Clown. So here's the question though. In the first movie, he's just a guy.
Yeah.
Second movie, he's immortal.
Supernatural, yeah.
So that makes it harder with
Yeah.
him. And he's pretty fucking sadistic. Here, wait, give me the whole list again.
Michael Myers, Jason, Freddy Krueger, Art the Clown, Pennywise.
Well, if we're doing, I'll still do like, Art likes weapons. He doesn't like he likes like swords and stuff. He doesn't really use. He used explosives one time,
and he's used guns quite a few times.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. I'll go 1, Michael Myers. 2, I'll go Jason.
Jason, yeah.
3,
just stay
I'll
out of
go
Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah. 3, I'll go Art the Clown.
Yeah.
4,
It's tough because for Jason or Freddy and Pennywise start to get more into like hallucinations.
Yes, and they're similar in the sense that like, I'll go 4 Pennywise, 5 Freddy Krueger, because Pennywise, I feel like, as long as you're like aware of him and you know what's going on, and also they figured out his weakness, I'm not fucking afraid of you. Back up.
Yeah.
Like, they figured that part out. So I was like, okay. So, and like, since I know that, I'll put him at 4. But oh my god, bro,
yeah, he still freaks me out.
Freddy Krueger, what do you do? What do you do? You gonna not sleep? I need sleep. Nah, bro, I'm done. Freddy Krueger's got me.
Yeah,
that's
valid,
too supernatural for me. I can't fight that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you that with Pennywise and Freddy. Like, even though you said a thing about as long as you know and aware of Pennywise, and if you're not, afraid of him, but
yeah, and like don't fall into his traps.
I ain't gonna lie though, I would probably fall into his trap.
Why?
Because I'm a scared bitch.
You'll float too? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Fucking transform into something that I'm terrified of. I don't know.
Nah.
And it's fuck clowns, bro.
I'll keep
clowns.
I'll keep Freddy at 5.
Even Art the Clown. He's a clown, bro. Fuck clowns.
Yeah, I'll take a baseball bat to their head.
But yeah. Not sleeping, bro. That would be rough.
Yeah, I can't survive without sleep.
Yeah, that'd be rough.
Yeah.
All right. That'll finish off and cap this episode for hot horror movie takes. I had a lot of fun doing this episode.
It was good.
Yeah. So maybe have to do something similar to this. Maybe we'll do another horror movie hot take, or, just go through some hot takes that we read online. But be prepared for a lot of horror movie spooky season episodes to come. for September and October. Again, thanks for making it this far. If you have, make sure to give us a rating and review wherever you're listening to this episode. Don't forget to join our Patreon and our Discord and join our community, our family. And make sure to follow that football account too, you know.
Yes, sir. Duck Hike.
Duck Hike. If you love sports, you love football, come talk football with us. And that's going to do it for us here at DuckTakes. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.